Okay, in this one I want to talk about how Ormus works. It's now a lot of people think that when you take Ormus, they notice even that your aura gets brighter, and they say, oh, that's your spiritual body. They set it down into a very couple of simple ideas that the Ormus nourishes your spiritual body. So let's see, spiritual body. Now, so Ormus nourishes the spiritual body. Everyone says, oh, I notice it. Oh, I've got more spiritual abilities. Oh, I'm seeing ghosts. I'm hearing psychic things. Oh, you know, I'm talking to God. No. That's actually not what it does. I mean, so let me give you an analogy. When you have a light bulb, and the spiritual body is like the light bulb. It has power that comes to it. It comes from source or from God. Okay, whichever God your God is. And we'll talk about that in a separate video entirely. And so you're connected up to this source of light. And if your spiritual body is just sitting there, how can it hold or have light come through it and be light? It's like if the light bulb sits there without a connection to the ground, then it doesn't even light up at all. No light. No, nothing. And so here we got physical body. We're going on the traditional here. And there is something that's in between. And this is what Ormus, or manna, or white powder gold, addresses. This is also called, it's called the magnetic body, but it's also called the Ba by the ancients. Other ancients called it the Nawal in this Latin tradition of the shaman in Mexico. And it's magnetic, and you can know that it's true because if you wind up taking too much Ormus, you get very emotional. It's something that you'll notice, like, oh, all of a sudden you're like vibrating and you go, get out of here, hey, and you go, oh, oop, oop. It's like, where'd that emotion come from? I was trying to be serene. Well, maybe serenity isn't the go-to be-all that we've always made it out to be. People say, oh, I'm trying to find my balance. Well, by balance they mean serene, not having any feelings, not having any emotions. And that is not very evolved. That is a state of denial. And it's not just a river in some very Middle Eastern country. Okay, so how this works is that the etheric elements are they're magnetic. The life-giving properties are magnetic. So if you were to take a magnet and put it on the bottom of a vessel, all of the life-giving properties would rise in the vessel up to the top. You could take the top off and wow, it'd be good stuff to drink. You could do that with you have to have good water, but you can do that with water, and that will be another video we'll do, is all about how to separate water. That's one of the major things we do in making Ormus, is get really good water, like glacial water or water that comes out of a volcano, these like sources of water that make stuff really grow good. And then we take that water and we separate it from the ordinary part of the water, which isn't life-giving, and the real life-giving stuff. And then we use that. Then there are minerals that have etheric gold in it, which has, in other words, it's not gold that would really show up in a standard scientific flame spectroscopy analysis. They just don't show up, because when an element is in an etheric state, it doesn't show on our standard analysis of it. We'll keep it etheric because that's what we want to get. We want to stay in the etheric realm and nurture the body that is involved with your connection. So it's involved with the connection between the body, the physical body, and the spiritual body. And so it's like a sandwich. Without this thing, you don't get much. You may as well not even worry about it. So the work of having Ormus is finding and working through your issues. See if I can get my camera people laughing pretty hard. He's got issues. Yeah, that's how Ormus works. It adds to the etheric, and that connects the spiritual body. And at the basis part of the spiritual body is a template, which they call the etheric template, and the Ormus acts to strengthen the magnetic element in between, and that connects it to the body, and the body heals by that connection of coming all of the stuff that's in the spiritual body coming down to physical. And so that's also why Ormus, people that have Ormus for a long time are able to see ghosts and stuff like that. The spiritual body really gets nourished, but it's indirectly. And a lot of what they're seeing is actually on this level, like Yeti and Wolfmen and ghosts and God and things like that. Seeing light, seeing UFOs, another thing. Boy, sheesh, all of a sudden you're flooded with ability to see other dimensional stuff, and it's pretty cool. I think that sums up what we want to say about how Ormus works.